Hi, my name is Albert Silver, and I'm an editor of ChessBase News. In this video, I'd like to introduce you to one of the latest web apps, part of the whole ChessBase Account system. Now, there's been a little bit of confusion by some people in any case, that ChessBase Account is basically some new subscription service offered by ChessBase. Well, let's get that out of the way. It isn't. What it is basically your Play Chess account, premium, with a whole bunch of new services added to it. So if you're already a Play Chess Premium subscriber, all of these ChessBase Account services, including the videos, are added for free. If you're not a subscriber, of course, then, yes, it's a subscription service, but it's not a new one, it's not an extra. Now, my favorite one personally, the one I use the most in any case, would be the Tactics Trainer. So I'd like to show you that one today. The Tactics Trainer is over here. It's the little green thing, and you just move the mouse over and click on it. And it will open up the Tactics Trainer. Now, when you open it over here, you can see that it says Solve Tactics and Start a Tactics Fight. And it says that I'm a guest. Now, I would strongly encourage you to log in with your name. And the reason is this. When you log in with your account name, any account, it will keep track of your progress and give you a rating. This is important because if you don't do this, you're going to be getting a non-stop flow of really easy positions. Now, if you're a beginner, that's great, and it's not a problem. But if you're a more advanced player, you might be frustrated and think that, it's nice, but it's too easy. As your ELO grows, as it keeps track of your progress, the positions will start to get a lot harder. So let's first go into the login. Give it my name. And connect. Okay, it's recognized me. Welcome, Bertman. Solve Tactics and Start a Tactics Fight. These are both two different kinds of exercises. The Solve Tactics is your classic, sit down, here's a position, solve it, white to win, or black to play and win. And Start a Tactics Fight is a new kind of way to work your exercise, your tactics. We'll go into the Solve Tactics. So click on it, start solving, and it opens it up, and we have a position. And it says white to move and win. And not only that, but there's a little white button down here. And of course, we're looking from white down, going forward. Okay. So the question is, what's the solution? Well, it's pretty obvious that it's quite easy. And you might think, well, gee, your rating is 2041. Is that the kind of position I'm going to get? Well, yes and no. When you first log in and start a new session, it's going to give you some easy positions. And the idea is to sort of warm you up and not, start you off sweating and, oh my gosh, I'm never going to find this. Maybe I shouldn't have started today. Just something to get you going. Nothing more than that. So the first position will be pretty easy, and I'm going to solve it. Continue, and bingo, mate. Great. And I got, of course, 0.2 ELO, which is fair because, well, it's just a mate at 2. And as you can see, as soon as I've solved it, the next position button is now starting to wiggle around and basically say, let's go to the next position and try it out. So click on to the next one, and this one, of course, is going to be a lot harder. At the top, you have a bunch of buttons, and I'd like to go over them really quickly. You can flip the board. Doesn't really need much explanation. You can change the graphics. Let's just say that, I prefer something a little different, maybe the USCF set of pieces. So give it a second, and we have a different visual. If you used to watch magazines and stuff, and this particular piece design is the kind that you are used to, then you might prefer this. Personally, I happen to prefer the classic Fritz, which I find simple and agreeable. We have an engine, which you can use particularly if you don't solve the position. We have hints. We have solutions. You have criticize position, and you have like position. Now, if you finish the position, or whether you solved it or not, and you thought it was really cool, and you'd like to recommend this to others, definitely hit the like position, and it will start to, let's say, filter the positions for other people so that they know which positions are particularly nice. If you found a problem with the position, it's too hard, or there's a problem with the solution, or whatever, you click on Criticize Position, fill out whatever you have to say, and click on OK. And you want to do this instead of sending it via email, because when you do it this way, the developers can automatically see which position it was that you were sending feedback or criticizing. Finally, let's just suppose that you're looking at this and you've been staring at it for a few minutes, and just still don't have a clue what the solution is, or I have a clue but I'm just not sure. Well, you can click on Hint. So I'll click on Hint once. No hints available. Okay. Well, that would solve it for me here. And I'm going to take a quick look. Now, obviously, I cannot play knight f5 because I'll be staring at a mate in 1. Can't take the rook. Well, it seems to me that it all depends on this particular lineup of the queen and bishop, which are lining up. I can't take it because otherwise I'm staring at a mate on h8. So, well, how about getting rid of one of those two pieces? With b4, if I play b4 and queen takes, can just take the rook, and if the bishop takes, I can take the rook. That seems to me pretty good. And is there any Zwischenzug? Meaning, if I play this, am I going to have some kind of nasty surprise at the end? In-between move? I don't see any, so that's going to be my move. Okay, it looks like it was good, because if it had been wrong, I would have been staring at red letters here. If you do this enough, you're going to dread those red letters, because even though I gained 5 ELO for this particular solution, it deducts a lot more when you screw up, which might seem unfair, but you're expected to be solving more than missing them, so it balances out. But for what it's worth, top grandmasters have made mistakes and complained, and that's just part of it. So we'll take it, and we're very happy we solved this particular position. And we can go on to the next one. Now, just know that if you try to play it sneaky, and let's say can't solve it, don't want to lose ELO, I'm just going to close that tab and shut it down and then come back another day. Well, it will consider you automatically that you did not find a solution, and the next time you come back, you'll be missing ELO on your rating. Now, what about this rating? How does that work? It says my rank is shooting star. What the heck is a shooting star? Well, it's just, let's say, it's a cute little thing here. Let's click on ranking list so you can take a look at what it is. It opens it up, and it will show you the Tactics ChessBase overall ranking, and it can see that I am, oh dear, I'm 336 out of, well, a lot. Fine. Who is number 1? And what are the rankings? So let's click on About Ranks and see what that's all about. And it explains. The World Champion, which is a rank, minimum 2,800 ELO, you have to have solved 3,000 positions, and the minimum duration. What the heck is the minimum duration? Well, I don't know what the minimum duration is. Oh, it must be at least 80 positions solved in which I kept that 2,800 ELO. And that must be it. And as you can see, even if you are not 2,800 ELO, you can still acquire a generous title called Experienced Player by solving no fewer than 20,000 positions. And yes, there are more than 20,000 positions. In fact, there are well over 50,000 positions already in the database, and this database of positions is constantly growing. So this basically gives you a measuring stick to sort of plot your progress and understand a bit more where you're going. Let's see who's number one in this story here. Okay, so there are 3 guys with world champion rankings. We have Nantus, no idea who that is. Hand of King, I have a clue. And Daniel 64, I also have a clue. I have a clue is my way of saying that I know who it is, but I'm not saying. I got to respect the privacy of them. But suffice it to say that we're talking about very strong to absolutely elite players. And as you can see, they haven't been inactive either. They're not here for us just for the show. First of all, to achieve that kind of ranking, it takes a while to get up there to 2800, even if you solve them all. In this case, you can see that they've been particularly active with 25,000 positions solved here and 20,000 over here. So not bad. Okay, so we'll close that. Go back to the training position. And that would be an introduction to the basic solving of the tactics trainer. To use this, I would encourage you to set aside some time, let's say a half an hour or an hour, sit down and pound away, just keep on going, one after the other, sit down, and above all, insist on solving them. Don't go for the hints. You will lose some ELO if you keep on asking for hints, even when it does offer hints. It didn't offer this time. And try to find the solutions on your own. It's the only way to really progress. As you do, your rating will go up, you will improve, and so will your chess results, and you will love it. I happen to find this particular solver really fun to use, and the positions are quite natural looking. They don't feel computery. One other thing I should add, I have this installed on my smartphone and my tablet. You can access it easily anywhere, anytime. Obviously, it doesn't use a lot of bandwidth, so your internet isn't going to be eaten up because you're using this. So you can use it if you're in the bus, you're in your metro, you're in the subway, you're commuting, whatever. And that would be my introduction to the Tactics Trainer. And the next time we will take a look at the Tactics Fighter. Thank you for watching, and have fun. Bye-bye.